Ring around the planet? Wow! This episode from Little Einsteins rocks. This summary starts on a lovely summer evening. June is in her garden, watching the stars and the planets on her telescope and loves the planet Saturn. She wants to dance with it. Suddenly, Saturn begins to play faster, causing one of the rings to come off and land in June's garden. She and her friends must help Ring get home. Even though they are hit with meteors by drumming with Rocket's drum thumper, flying through the slippery star-filled shortcut at hyperspeed and getting stuck into space goo, and after overcome with these challenges in space, they get to Saturn to bring Ring home with the power of music and magic. The information starts in order to get Ring back home. You are ready to prepare for blast off to outer space as you are ready to use Rocket's backup booster to break the gravity. First, you must help the team drum the meteors away with Quincy's timpani. But unfortunately, when the biggest meteor comes, Rocket's drum thumpers are tangled. So June uses her astronaut suit and grabs Ring to do a super spin dance to untangle Rocket's thumpers, and now they can drum the biggest meteor away. Second, when you got stuck in space goo, help the team sing the Meep song to call all alien Meeps to pull Rocket out of the goo. And third, when the team arrive to Saturn, Ring tries to reunite with it, but he's too small. The only way to make him bigger is to sing louder, so you have to help Leo conduct Ring crescendo and diminuendo to fit Saturn. And this episode starts The premiere episode starts on a lovely evening. June looks through the telescope to see some stars and she does the super spin to the music. She sees some stars and the planet Saturn. She dances to the music to Saturn. Unfortunately, one of the rings starts to come loose as the music plays fast. It flies off and bounces off one of the meteors around Earth's moon. June calls to Saturn's ring and it lands in her garden. Saturn's ring feels scared and greets June, and soon, June and Saturn's ring begin to dance. As the rest of the team are doing some random activities, they hear some music and comes to June's house and applied to June and Saturn's ring, and soon, they heard Saturn, which is behind the clouds. As the cloud breaks in front of Saturn and June knew that Saturn misses one of the Saturn's ring, so Leo got out his baton that they've got a first mission about getting Ring home. So they all head to the tree entrance and do the do-re-mi code to open the tree entrance and head to the Rocket room. They greet Rocket and introduce Rocket with Saturn's ring, and Leo told Rocket that they're going to outer space and Rocket feels super excited. So they all head inside Rocket, buckle their seatbelts as Saturn's ring wrap around one of June's fingers, do the first pad sequence and blast off. After they blast off, Rocket puts out his backup booster to break through Earth's gravity and they made it to space. Saturn's ring unwrap June's finger and float off, and the whole team unbuckle their seatbelts and retract their seat and float inside Rocket, and Quincy does his flips while the whole team sang Ring is going home. Therefore, Leo looked at the rear view window of Rocket and saw Earth from back there. Rocket flew past the moon. Unfortunately, Saturn's ring saw a small fast meteor which is coming toward them. So Quincy got an idea, and Quincy told Rocket that they need gravity by using their seats, and Quincy deploys his timpani and Rocket uses his drum thumper to drum the meteor away, and Leo and other team drum on their laps and Rocket drums the small fast meteor away, and they saw a bigger, slower meteor, so they all drum on their lap while Quincy uses his timpani to drum the bigger, slower meteor away. They saw the biggest, slowest meteor, and when Quincy tries to drum the biggest, slowest meteor away, they notice that Rocket's drum thumper is all tangled up. So June puts on her astronaut suit with Saturn's ring tethered to the ring, and June heads out of Rocket and onto Rocket's drum trumpet to do a super spin to untangle the drum thumper and head back to Rocket, and they all drum the biggest slowest meteor away, and they all drum all three different sized meteors away. They heard Saturn as they're getting closer, as Annie mentioned, and Saturn's ring misses Saturn more as June knew that they get to Saturn as Leo knew that it's their first mission. So they all head back to their seats and buckle their seatbelts, do the pat sequence again and blast off again. While they're on their way to Saturn, Rocket flew around Mars, the red planet, and fly past Jupiter, the largest planet. They then arrived at a slippery star-filled shortcut and enter it, flying at hyperspeed. Upon reaching the end of the shortcut, They landed on Space Goo and got stuck. They heard and saw a meep as one of the meeps fly toward them as Leo told that it's a meep, and Saturn's ring comes toward them as friends to each other and landed on top of the whole team in Saturn's ring tethered to the ribbon and head out to be friends to each other, and Saturn's ring called Rocket put out his loop and tied around the loop, and one of the meep tried to pull Rocket out of the Space Goo while whole team pat to the beat. But it didn't work, so one meep called to another meep to help pull Rocket out of the Space Goo, and they tried to pull Rocket out of the Space Goo, but it didn't work either. So Annie lead to sing the meep song as the other team sang with Annie, and all of the meeps came and helped Saturn's ring to pull Rocket out of the Space Goo. Therefore, they all pat to the beat to help all of the meeps to pull Rocket out of the Space Goo, and soon, Rocket is free from the Space Goo, and Annie said goodbye to the meeps and head back to the Space Goo. They made it to Saturn as they heard Saturn, and June said that she'll look through her telescope every night. So Saturn's ring head out and tried to fit around Saturn, but Saturn's ring is too small to fit around Saturn. Soon, they heard Saturn's ring music blaze louder as Saturn's ring grew bigger, and Quincy knew that Saturn's ring needs to get a lot bigger to fit around Saturn. So Leo has an idea on getting Saturn's ring bigger as he puts out his baton and presses the button to raise the platform with the music stand to the top of Rocket. Soon, Leo sang Symphony No. 9 in E minor from the New World to help Saturn's ring grew bigger, and Leo sang loudly, crescendo, to grow Saturn's ring, and once Saturn's ring grew big enough, Saturn's ring is too big to fit, so Leo has to sing softer, diminuendo, to help Saturn's ring to shrink to just the right size, and thus, Saturn's ring fits just the right size, and Rocket retracts his platform, and the other team thanking Leo for helping Saturn's ring by fitting to just the right size, and they sang Ring is Home. Mission completion. So, ring around the planet rocks. End of salute.